Today our topic is the best time management hacks from philosophy. Time is something we all have, but it often feels like there's never enough of it. We rush through our days trying to fit everything in, and yet we still feel like we're falling behind. But what if I told you that some of the best advice on how to manage your time comes from ancient philosophers? These thinkers spent their lives trying to understand how to live well, and their wisdom can help us today. Let's dive into some of the best time management hacks from philosophy. First, let's talk about the Stoics. The Stoics were a group of philosophers who believed in focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. This idea is incredibly powerful when it comes to time management. Often, we waste time worrying about things that are out of our hands. We stress over deadlines, other people's opinions, or unexpected problems. But the Stoics would tell us to focus only on what we can change. For example, if you have a big project due, instead of worrying about whether it will be perfect, focus on the steps you need to take to get it done. Break it into smaller tasks and tackle them one at a time. This way, you're using your time effectively instead of wasting it on unnecessary stress. Another Stoic idea is to practice memento mori, which means remember you must die. This might sound dark, but it's actually a very practical reminder. When you remember that your time is limited, it helps you prioritize what truly matters. Ask yourself, if I only had a year left to live, how would I spend my time? This question can help you cut out distractions and focus on what's important. It's not about being morbid. It's about being honest with yourself and making the most of the time you have. Next, let's look at Aristotle. He believed in the idea of eudaimonia, which means living a fulfilling and purposeful life. To achieve this, he said we need to cultivate good habits and routines. This is especially relevant for time management. If you want to use your time well, you need to build habits that support your goals. For example, if you want to be more productive, create a morning routine that sets you up for success. Maybe that means waking up early, exercising, and planning your day. Or if you want to spend more time with your family, make it a habit to put away your phone during dinner. Habits are powerful because they help you use your time without having to think about it too much. Aristotle also talked about the importance of balance. He believed in the golden mean, which means finding the middle ground between extremes. This applies to time management too. For instance, working all the time is not healthy, but neither is being lazy. The key is to find a balance between work, rest, and play. When you plan your day, make sure to include time for all three. This way, you will feel more fulfilled and less stressed. Another philosopher who has great advice for time management is Seneca. He wrote a lot about the importance of valuing your time. In one of his letters, he said, "It's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This is so true. Think about how much time we spend on things that don't really matter, scrolling through social media, watching TV shows we don't even enjoy, or gossiping about other people. Seneca would tell us to be more mindful of how we spend our time. Instead of wasting it on pointless activities, use it to do things that bring you joy or help you grow. One of Seneca's best tips is to keep a time journal. At the end of each day, write down how you spent your time. This will help you see where your time is going and identify areas where you can improve. Maybe you'll realize you're spending too much time on meetings or chores and not enough on hobbies or self-care. Once you know where your time is going, you can make better decisions about how to use it. Now let's talk about Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher. He was a Roman emperor, so he had a lot of responsibilities and not much free time. Yet, he still managed to write one of the greatest works of philosophy, Meditations. How did he do it? One of his secrets was to focus on the present moment. He believed that the past is gone and the future is uncertain, so the only time we truly have is now. This is a great reminder for time management. Instead of worrying about what you didn't get done yesterday or stressing about what you need to do tomorrow, focus on what you can do today. Break your tasks into small manageable steps and take them one at a time. This will help you stay focused and avoid feeling overwhelmed. Marcus also believed in the importance of self-discipline. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realizes this, and you will find strength. This means that even if your schedule is packed, you still have control over how you approach your tasks. Instead of complaining about how busy you are, focus on doing your best with the time you have. Set clear priorities and stick to them. If something isn't important, don't waste your time on it. This kind of discipline will help you make the most of your day. Another great philosopher to learn from is Epictetus. He was a former slave who became a teacher of Stoicism. One of his key teachings was to distinguish between what's in your control and what's not. This is crucial for time management. For example, you can't control how long a meeting will last, but you can control how prepared you are for it. You can't control traffic, but you can control what time you leave the house. By focusing on what you can control, you'll save a lot of time and energy. Epictetus also believed in starting small. He said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This means that it's okay to take small steps and make mistakes along the way. When it comes to time management, don't try to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start with one small change, like getting up 15 minutes earlier or setting a timer to limit your social media use. Over time, these small changes will add up and make a big difference. Finally, let's talk about the concept of kairos from ancient Greek philosophy. Kairos is about the right moment or the opportune time. It's not just about how much time you have, but how you use it. Sometimes, the best way to manage your time is to wait for the right moment to act. For example, if you're feeling tired or distracted, it might not be the best time to tackle a difficult task. Instead, take a break and come back to it when you're feeling refreshed. Or if you're trying to have an important conversation with someone, make sure it's a good time for them too. By being mindful of kairos, you can make your time more effective and meaningful. In conclusion, philosophy offers some of the best time management hacks. From the Stoics, we learn to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. Aristotle teaches us the importance of good habits and balance. Seneca reminds us to value our time and avoid wasting it. Marcus Aurelius shows us how to focus on the present moment and practice self-discipline. Epictetus encourages us to start small and focus on what's in our control. And the concept of kairos reminds us to act at the right moment. By applying these ideas to your life, you can manage your time more effectively and live a more fulfilling life. Remember, time is the one thing you can't get back, so use it wisely.